Shalom, it's Shlomo from IsraelTrees.org. It's the day after Shmitta, and the whole year the farmers in Israel could not prune trees and they could not plant trees. So today, the day after Shmitta, we're going to start by showing you how farmers prune trees. We got a lot of trees right over here. We have 10 of them. I don't know if we're going to prune all of them, but we're going to try just to give you a little sample of how it goes. So we're going to start right over here. This is a Hass avocado tree. This is a smaller tree, so this doesn't need a lot of pruning. Mostly just things like the old leaves, stuff like that is going to come off. The ones that are all burned out. First time we're pruning a whole year. I'm going to cut some of these old leaves and hopefully bring it back to life. Get it going, because when the tree needs a pruning, just like a human being needs a haircut. People say, is it good for the tree? Absolutely. If you get a haircut, the tree needs to be pruned. Same idea. So over here we're cutting the tree a little bit, just getting some of the old dead branches off. You can see over here, if you want to come in on this side, move around a little bit. You can see over here, some of these old dead branches, you see, they don't all make it. And then we just cut them off. We'll clean it up later. This whole branch might need to be cut off, but for now we'll try to make it a little shorter. Okay. Okay, that's it for this tree. Now we're going to move over to another larger avocado tree. And this one over here, there was a sign. You can still see it. It's buried behind the trees. Can you zoom in over here? You can see this one is an Ettinger avocado tree. And if you move back a little bit, you can see over the course of Shmitta, this tree got very, very tall. And the lower branches down here where I'm cutting, this is all stuff I don't want. So I'm going to cut off this entire branch. It's a whole big branch because I don't want the tree growing down here. I want the tree to be growing higher up. So we're cutting off this tree from the bottom. Here you see, like down here, these things. This has an avocado on it, so I'm not going to cut it off because it has an actual avocado growing on the tree. So we're not going to cut that off, but this branch over here we can cut off. Just to give you an idea of how it works. This branch in here, a whole extra branch. Okay, we'll move on to the next tree just to give you a sample of different types of trees. This one over here is a mango tree. And you can see it says right over here, Maya mango. And this tree did not give us fruit this year during the year of Shmitta, but it did grow. So, for example, you could see over here the inner branches. We don't want this so much going in there, so we're going to take out some of them. Like we'll take out this one right over here. That's from a Maya mango tree. We're not going to do a lot of pruning on this tree because there isn't that much to prune. Just a little bit. Okay, the next tree we have is right over here is this. I don't know if you can see it. This is a lemon tree. And this tree is, Baruch Hashem, very active. So we counted about 200 lemons during Shmitta. And if you come here, you can see it's really going out of control. And there are nice lemons over here, so I'm not sure I want to cut the branches with the lemons on them. But this whole branch over here, I really want to take this off. So I'm going to just cut as much as I can over here. There's a lemon over here, so we want to keep that particular one on. But these branches, we don't want them here. We want to cut these off. There's a bunch of lemons over here too. So we don't want to cut off the branches with the lemons because we want to use those lemons. But we want to cut off a lot of the other branches. Okay. So we're going to do some more cutting around here. Keep the branches that have the lemons on them. And then after we use those lemons, we can cut even a little bit more. But this is a very, very overgrowing tree. As you can see, let me just cut it. I don't know how much more we can do over here. All right. And now if you come towards the root of the tree, we're going to work on that. You can see it's very, very tall. It goes all the way up. And the larger fruits, like this one over here, is from the 6th year, Shishit, which is the 6th year. And the smaller fruits, like these ones over here, These are the ones that grew during Shmitta, the Kedushat Shvi'it. So we have 2 years of produce on this particular tree. We have the Shishit, the 6 years, which is, these guys over here, the larger ones. These ones down here, you can see they're a little older and they're falling off because they're from the 6th year. I'll put that on the side. And then we have the little smaller ones, like right over here. That's from the 7th year. You can see right down here on the bottom of this tree, a lot of growth that happened. And what happens is, this is the root of the tree, and there's a graft over here. And when you have branches coming out of the root, it sucks all of the energy out of the tree, and then it goes to here instead of up to the top, which is where we want the fruit. So they actually call these suckers. And what we're going to do now is we're going to get rid of some of these suckers. So we waited a whole year for this. A whole year we saw these suckers coming out, and there's nothing we could do about it except just watch them steal the energy from the tree. So now that it's a year later, you can see all these suckers over here. I'm going to just take them all out, just like that. And now we got rid of a bunch of suckers down here. Now we're going to go see some other trees in this area. Let's go. So we had 2 avocado trees over there, and now we have a very large avocado tree. I don't know if you can see how tall this is. And this is a jumbo Ettinger avocado tree. So over here you can see the root of this tree is very, very large. It's very thick. And as this tree grew, it bent over. You can see it bent over. And the main tree goes all the way up here. But during the course of Shmitta, some new branches came out. So here, I don't know if you can see this one. This one's a fairly large branch that came out, and it's starting like a whole new tree going up here. And then another large branch came. This is the secondary large branch. But I noticed, like in the last month or so, a new branch. You see this one over here? Can you see this? This one came out in the middle. So what I'm probably going to do is chop this one off. I just need to consult with one of my other farmer guys. But the little ones we're certainly going to take out. It's like this one over here we're going to prune. You can see over here, if you come in close, check this out. You can see right over here is a whole nother branch coming off the main tree, which will become a massive tree if we don't prune it right now. So we're going to start cutting that. These ones going sideways, we're going to take them out. We want to train this tree to go straight up and then break off and have lateral branches a little higher up. Okay, these over here, we're doing good. Take this big branch over here off. Okay, we'll do some more pruning on the large Ettinger, the jumbo Ettinger avocado tree. But right now we're going to go to this smaller tree right over here. Over here we have a pomegranate tree. You can see there's a sign that says pomegranate. And it's inside a bucket, so it's kind of small, but we weren't able to prune it the whole year, so it kind of grew wild and these little things coming out. It looks a little dry. We did give it water, but it needs fertilizer. So we're not going to do that right now, but we will add fertilizer to this. Right now we're in the pruning stages. We're just cutting off these lower branches over here, clean it up a little bit, give it a little more life. Take that branch out over there. And a lot of these smaller branches, and now we're going to give it a lot more energy to go into these 3 branches over here. We'll even cut that off a little bit. And now I think this tree is doing much better. I'll even cut it over here, make it a little stronger. Okay, now we're going to head down to the final tree, which is a orange tree. And you can see this orange tree is beautiful, and there's a lot of stunning, beautiful oranges coming out. This is called a Washington orange tree, and that's very similar to the California navel oranges, the sun-kissed, the ones that you would buy from California. You can see all these beautiful oranges growing in over here and over here, all over the place. These are all Kedushat Shvi'it. These are holy fruits. If you're in Israel, or if you're coming to Israel, you're welcome to stop by and take them. They are free. They're called hefker. They don't belong to me, they belong to Hashem. So even though they're on my tree, the fruits don't belong to me. So you can come take them. Just make sure if you do pick them that they're orange like this and not green, because you can't pick fruits when they're not ripe yet. Okay, so here we have a couple examples of a lot of suckers. So if you look down here, you can see I'm going to just start cutting away. There's so many suckers down here because this is a very strong tree. And you can see, I don't know if you can see where my hand is, all of these suckers right on the actual edge of the tree, on the trunk. And these will suck out all the energy of the tree and become new trees. And we want the energy going higher up. So for example, this one over here, look at this. This is already a tree growing out of the tree. That's how strong it is. So I'm going to have to, and it's very strong wood. The orange tree, this particular one, is a very tough and strong tree, which is why it's putting out such beautiful fruit. If you come down here, check out this area, you can see a whole bunch of suckers right over here. So I'm going to literally just one by one get in here and cut them out. You see that? To get on the other side, over here, I'm cutting off all these suckers. Over here too. Over here. You see, look at this over here. You see that? That's a small sucker. And the whole year I was watching these suckers go from this little bud over here to medium size this to larger. And there was nothing I could do about it. But now I can. I could just cut them right off. And now we're going to keep the tree nice and focused. Here's a whole bunch of them. You see this? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in one shot. So we cut off the whole thing. See that? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then one fell. 5. That's a whole bunch of suckers. Over here we have a lot of big ones down here. You can see that. So this is very satisfying for a farmer. For a farmer to come in and cut off his suckers, he knows he's doing his tree a favor by cutting them, and his produce is going to grow much, much greater. And now you can see the tree looks a lot cleaner and nicer without all those branches sticking out of the bottom. And because you're not allowed to improve your tree during Shmitta, the farmer cannot do this during Shmitta, but now we can. And we thank Hashem for giving us beautiful fruits. And thank you for watching. And if you come to Israel again, feel free to come to Nachal Alal 8/2 in Beit Shemesh and take some of these beautiful oranges. In about, I would say, 3 weeks to 6 weeks, they'll be ready. They'll be ripe.
Plant your trees now at IsraelTrees.org.